good, welcome to today's episode of Quarantine with Emily. So one of the big jobs I want to get done during quarantine is this bookcase here. Here we have books and boxes here. Up there is all boxes full of books, and it's just stacked, and there are two more bookcases, and here are a couple of boxes filled with books. I think what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go through these books here and that pile there, because I know that these books are like kids books. They're not being chucked out, they're being vinnied. So let's get started, and maybe I'll talk about a couple I really remember reading as a kid. This was one of my favourite books as a kid because I'd just read it non-stop because I was obsessed with ballet. I don't know if you guys had these books or anything, but Aussie Nibbles, and they had these little bite marks out the top of it, and that's just crazy. Oh my god. The novelised Shrek 2. I loved horror books, but for some reason I never read Goosebumps. This was my sister's book, but I never got to it. So I might put it to the side for me to read later on. As a kid, I always got confused between this author and Neil Gaiman, because Neil Gaiman had the book Stardust, and this chick has a series called Stardust, and so I used to always get really bloody confused. Oh my god. Fucking, this needs a whole new angle. Fucking Geronimo Stilton. This was my jam. I had so many of these books. Let's just see. I've got Geronimo's Valentine, Mouse Marathon, A Very Merry Christmas, Four Mice Deep in the Jungle, Down Out and Under, Karate Mouse, Race Across America. I was also obsessed with the sub-series about his sister, so I had all of the Thea Stilton books as well. So I was kind of a bit obsessed with a book about a mouse. I guess this kind of proves I had two of the same book. Oh, I was looking for this forever last time. My cat likes to hide in boxes. This was one of my favourite books as a kid. So this one we are keeping. And you know, it's good practice for voiceover. So, you know. Ever since Six the Musical came out, I've been telling people I'm obsessed with Anne Boleyn, and this is where it all started. From this book, I knew everything about Anne Boleyn. I think I'm going to keep this so I can read it again. This book was my first, I guess it's an introduction to astrology, because it's got all these different cats on zodiac signs and stuff, especially because I'm obsessed with cats. And it was also the first book that introduced me to this idea of the repeating cover. And we are going to start on this big, huge box here. Okay, so my family is quite religious, and so when it was time for me to start understanding what was going on in mass, I got given this. So I was the only kid that knew what he was saying because I had this. So I think I'm gonna keep it. keeping that. Oh, that rhymed. I was obsessed with this book because I would just read it all the time, and it had like little lift out letters in it. So like you'd lift out the letter, then you would read it, and then because I was pedantic I would actually put the letter back in. I know most kids probably wouldn't. And there was just like, yeah, there was just like little things like that all the way through it. Little letters. Like it was about this postman going around, and you would read the letters that they'd send to people. As a kid, I loved My Little Pony. It was one of my most precious things, as it was one of my only My Little Pony things as a kid, and I still kind of don't want to get rid of it, but I know that a little kid somewhere will be really happy with this. And yep. Okay, so that's all done. There was like a box here, and it was all full of stuffed toys, so I put it over here. That's all I'm going to do for today because it's very dusty in here and now I can't breathe. So anyway, so I'll see you guys later, next time, maybe in a month, who knows, when I get back in here. Okay, bye.